Okay, I am leaving PAI, Thailand in 5 days from now. So by the time you're watching this video, I'm already somewhere in Nepal. That's my next destination. I've been in PAI for 2 months, and I spent 2 weeks in September here, then 2 weeks in Myanmar, and then back to PAI October, November. So 2 months. And so far, it has been my favorite spot, one of my favorite spots that I've ever been to. That's why I stayed in it for so long. I stayed in Koh Phangan for a month. I stayed in Myanmar for 2 weeks. And overall, with the 2 weeks in September in Pai, I stayed for 2.5, so 10 weeks, 2.5 months. It's one of my favorite spots. I mean, just look at this view right here. Wherever you look, it's just, magnificence. The weather is perfect. It's just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful place. But it's time for me to go. And when you traveling is like accelerated learning. It's like it's like you in 1 month you learn what it would have taken you a year to learn if you're just somewhere still, stationary. And here it's just there's a reason why they call a psychedelic trip. They say you tripping. I went on a trip, man. I went on a trip. It's because trips they act as catalysts for learning. They really do. So you learn about yourself, you learn about the world, and you learn about your role in the world. When I say learn about yourself, that is, the individual self, that is you, that you experience reality through, and that is your connection to the other parts of you, that's your other selves. So you learn a lot about your character, I suppose, how it's programmed, how it's wired, and what it is predisposed to do, what its preferences are, and how you can align the character to the Tao, I suppose. So, for example, I learned that I am incredibly spontaneous, and I am not going to commit to a place for more than a week. If I see a place that I really like, I'm not going to commit for more than a week, because I am the epitome of ADHD. Okay, today I'm in love here. Tomorrow my heart's saying, why don't you go and hike through the Himalayas, which is what I'm doing now. Okay, go and hike through the mountains in Nepal, the Himalayas. And truth be told, my time here in Pai was over 2 weeks ago. It was about 2 weeks ago that I felt the urge that I would like to be somewhere else. But because I'm committed for a 2-month commitment, so I have to stay until the end of November. And I'm excited to go to Nepal. I'm excited to check out. I'm going to Bukhara, and that's the second biggest city in Nepal, and it is, I believe, the closest major city to the major treks and hikes in Himalayas. So I have no idea how long I'll be staying there. In fact, my policy there is book for one night. That's it. Just book wherever you go, book for one night, and if you want to book another night, you book another night. And that's how I'm gonna do it for the next little while. I've been on the road now for 4 months, and I have been gaining lots of mental gains, if you will. I had a preference over the last 4 months for staying somewhere, making it a home, having a really nice home. All the places that I picked, always very nice, very, very nice, and a nice place, and a nice resort. Lots of trees around, quiet, serene, so I could do my mental work. And actually, what I have been given as a result of these last 4 months is my mission. My mission, which is why I've been talking about it for so long. in these videos now lately. You see me, mission, mission, mission. Find your mission, find your mission. We're here on a mission. Wanderers, star seeds, we're here to do this. Create heaven on earth, alleviate the consciousness, alleviate the suffering, elevate the consciousness. So truthfully, that's why my heart has been drawn to just, keeping a low-key type life where I could do lots of reflection, lots of writing, lots of just hanging out in nature, just sitting, laying around in nature, and I've been doing a lot of that, on the beach, back in the island. Lots of just chilling. There's some shit that needs to be figured out, and I just gotta chill. Lots of resting, I haven't really been active much the last 4 months. Haven't been active, like I haven't been moving, and there's maybe one or two decent hiking trails here. Hiking here in the PAI Valley and even in the island Koh Phangan is not on top of the list. Okay, people don't go there to hike, and I loved it. It was just fantastic. I got to figure out my mission. I talked to my soul fam. It's been a constant communication, and had a few LSD trips to really also act as a guidance system. The mission. That's the gift that PAI gave me. That's the gift that Koh Phangan gave me. They gave me because the work started in Koh Phangan, because I felt like there's, like back in Ottawa, for example, just before moving, I was already starting to talk to my soul fam, and I was starting to get into this wanderer business, this starseed business. And the more I got into it, the more synchronicities happened, and the more just crazy it gets. So much so that, like the last 2 weeks before leaving here, I told the fam, I said, look, just get off my back for now. We'll talk again when I'm in Thailand. And so then it's been just a constant communication. I have a very, very, very absolutely clear. I could tell it to you, maybe perhaps in another video. I could tell you what my mission in life is in very, very detailed technical terms, because that's all I've been trying to figure out. That's all I've been figuring out for the last 4 months. And now that I have the vision, now that I know exactly what this character is placed on this earth to do, and so I have certain preferences for things, certain ways of doing things, because it aligns with the mission that I'm here for. You understand? So I gotta honor the preferences, what this character likes, what this character doesn't like. And traveling is a great way to figure out what you like and what you don't like, and what you want to do and what you don't want to do. And you realize that everything is ultimately for the mission. And so everything is to serve the mission, you see? So truthfully, my time here was over 2 weeks ago. My legs have been aching. What do I mean by that? My legs are aching. They're telling me it's time to move now, because there has been some physical stagnation. And what I mean by physical stagnation is I'm not moving much. I'm not walking much. Sure, I still, I made a video, that I walk for 3 hours a day, which still probably applies. But it's not the walking that I have in mind, because because again, there's very little hiking trails here, and every time I find something, it's farmers. So I'll go in and I want to explore, but then it's a farm, so I get off. And what I'm talking about here is like full immersive hiking in nature, you see. And I used to do a lot of that in Canada. This is something I appreciate so much about Canada and the States and Europe and the West in general. Australia, New Zealand, that includes it, is they really take care of the connection of humans to nature by making these beautiful, beautiful trails that go on and on and on. There's a trail that I just found out about in America. It's called the Pacific Crest Trail, where it's through hiking. You hike for 6 months at a time. So that's definitely in the future plans to do it. Just hike for 6 months at a time. You're just fully immersed in nature. And that's the experience now that I have been craving as of late. My legs are aching. I do come from an athletic background. I'm used to movement. This is the way the character is, just the way it is, right? I gotta honor it. I gotta honor its preferences, because it's all serving the mission. And now that I know my mission, now wherever I go, it doesn't matter. 2 videos a day, elevate the consciousness, That's I know now. So it doesn't matter where I am now. I figured out the mission. And that's just the basics of it. Again, I'll tell you in a different video. This very specifics. I mean, I received some very, very specific, this is your mission, like very, very narrow and specific. Because our assignments are very specific. Everything about our assignments, what we came here to do as the wanderers and the starseeds, is very, very specific. Now, I just follow my heart. My heart tells me go there, so I go there with the mission in mind. You know, that's it. So now my heart says, well, my heart and my legs, they've been aching for some movement, some full immersive contact with nature. And Nepal, I mean, I looked up best countries in the world to hike. Nepal came in second. You know, so it's you know, lots and lots of trails there, lots of trails. So I'm going to Bukhara, which now I'm already there actually by the time you're watching this video. And I have no idea how long I'll be there. I don't want to know because I have to just honor my heart. If my heart wants to stay there, sure. If it says now somewhere else, then I will go somewhere else. And that's how I'm going to roll with it from now on. That's how I'm going to, because in every time I stayed, even in Koh Phangan, I committed for a month to the place. And I had to stay there for a month, but I actually truthfully wanted to go and be in other places in the island. Like it would have been a much more suitable arrangement for me to get a 1 week there in that place in Koh Phangan, and then 1 week I would have gone maybe to Bottle Beach, stayed there for a week, and then maybe, you know, because the islands, it's, you know, it's big enough for you to want to stay in different parts of it. So you learn how your character is designed, what are its preferences. I know I'm the epitome of ADHD. I have boom, boom, boom. All right, let's go there. All right, what a beautiful, like, thing is, I'll fall in love with the place so much and then I'll overcommit. You see? But it's like, no, just enjoy it right now, you know, make a short-term commitment. Not even, if you can just do on a nightly basis, which is what I'm gonna roll with for the time being, then go ahead. Sure, it costs you more, but it gives you more flexibility. You remain aligned in your being, in who your individual self is, in its connection with everything else. And yeah, it's just a more flexibility like that. So from now on, I'm just going to really live an ultra flexible life, because that's the way my character rolls. And my parents make fun of it because it's you know, I'm so erratic in that sense. You know, lots of people I know, they know me very well, they make fun of it because my mind just changes so quickly and so much. And it's like, all right, boom. I mean, look, right now I'm shirtless. Keep watching the videos, you're probably gonna see me in some huge jacket somewhere in the mountains, right, with some Russian hat on. And you know, yeah, like you know, because the heart lives in the now, and it's, change is the only constant in life. And if you stay here, you stay right here in the now, you realize how flexible you really are. You realize, like, all right, this is where I need to be here right now. I need to have this experience now. Now I need to have that experience. Now I need to have that experience. Now I need to have that experience. You see? But now that I figured out the mission, I know exactly, specifically what it is, what the assignment is. I remembered it. It was just an act of remembrance. Thanks to the Soul Fam, I got the help. I got the guidance. So now wherever I go, I got the mission. I'm a servant of God. I am, you know, I'm a servant of God. Ram Das. Ram Das is the servant of Ram, right? Ram Das. It's the servant of God. Abdullah. That's the Arabic. You know, it's a common name in Arabic. Means the servant of God. You know, that's what I am now. You know, essentially, I know this. So now, let's follow the heart. Let's see where it takes me, and then that's it. Wherever it takes me, exactly where it's supposed to take me. You see? So you learn so much you learn a lot about yourself by traveling. That's what they call a psychedelic trip, a mushroom trip report, because these are these catalysts. You'll learn so much about who you are, what your role is in the world, because you've got to be just really adaptable too, huh? You've got to be adaptable, you've got to be flexible when you travel. Flexible, really flexible. Oh, right now I'm in a tropical heaven. It's sunny, I'm shirtless and barefoot all the time. A week from now, I'm gonna be somewhere cold. And I'm not gonna be somewhere cold all the time because I'm gonna be in the Bukhara, which is not, it's just like it's not really cold. It's not. It's not even near freezing actually, even at night, because it's in the valley of the Himalayas. But what I'll be most likely, I don't know even if that's gonna be the case, but what I'll most likely be doing is I'll stay in the weekends in the city because I gotta teach the children, and Nepal isn't exactly on the top list of countries with superb internet, right? And I am always plugged in the internet for teaching and for you guys. But the videos I can upload on the weekends, I can teach the kids on the weekends, and then the 5 other days, I'll just head out to the Himalayas, rent some gear. You could buy them or rent them there. We'll probably rent some gear and just see where my heart takes me, and be in the presence of the mighty Himalayas. And there will be some cold, but that's where my inner Canadian comes in. I've experienced 15 winters in a row. I miss that wild side of Said because what has been in at work in the last 4 months is the intellectual part of Said, the genius part of Said. I'm a genius. The genius part of Said. So he's so the mental, as far as the mental work, I really feel very expensive mentally, and I figured out the mission, I figured out the assignment. Now it doesn't matter where I am. I know this is my reasoning here. This is my purpose. This is my assignment. But now physically, I miss that wild side. Let's go to nature and let's just hike and hike and hike, and let's just walk. Let's just hike. Like that's what I used to do when I trip. When I take mushrooms or LSD, I would just go. You know, loads of hiking trails in Canada, loads, and they go on and just go and just be in the middle of the forest. And I had so many spots there because I'd go so deep into it because I'd go off trail, right? Obviously, I'd go off trail. The national parks and the nature reserves and conservation lands and the green belt in Canada. It's like I really appreciate that about Canada and Nepal, because Nepal is known for that and it runs a lot on tourism. So from what I understand, they really really take care of that as well. So yeah, I really miss that wild side, and I've been watching videos on YouTube for days now about people doing like 6 months hikes. They call it through hikes and stuff, and I'm drawn to that kind of stuff. But I gotta work my way up to it. Like Wim Hof shit. That's like I think I'm coming up to that phase now in my life. Like Wim Hof shit, I was always attracted to it. I used to do some of it back in Canada, like jump in lakes in the middle of winter and do like the cold exposure thing outside. Like I was into it. That's the wild side of Saeed, which again is like now aching. It's like, all right, we figured shit out with the mind, but the body it wants to be now in union with nature. It wants to experience its, because now I feel such connection with nature that, like I mentioned before in that schizophrenia video, that I come hang out here all day because I don't really even like the town PAI is becoming too civilized for me, believe it or not. And it's a little cute town. And so moving forward, that may be now the upcoming phase for this character is because it's part of the mission, because everything is for the mission that I do now. And so one of the things, the specific things in my mission, which I think I'll make a video on after. Actually, it'll be good for me to remember it fully, and then for you to see how specific actually you can get about the mission. But because part of the mission now for me is back to nature in my own life, lead by example, back to nature, and then teach it to others, show it to others, guide others in that way. And so it seems that the upcoming phase in my life is perhaps a more on the wild side, if you will. More, and when I say wild, I'm not talking, oh, crazy, let's have fun, let's party. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the wild, right? The nature, sleeping outside. Because, some of those treks that I'll be doing in the Himalayas, they go on for days. And some of them have guest house you can stay in, but I think they're so basic. Like you gotta bring your own sleeping bag with you and stuff. you know, so it's not exactly sleeping outside. I mean, it's gonna be really cold. But you know, you get what I'm saying, in a tent or something. They're probably like tent style guest house, you know. And that seems to be the upcoming phase now. It's the wilderness, back to nature. I mean, oh, you know, the more I spend, because I come here, I spend all day. This is my house for the day, right here. You know, this is my sanctuary. Only me and the farmer here knows about it. I come in after the cows get out around like 11 a.m. and I leave around 4 p.m. because that's I just leave, come here as soon as he leaves. I know his times, and then when I know when he brings back the cows, so I leave just before. And the more like, because if I'm coming here like 5 hours a day, and it's like just being here, I'm like, even when I leave, I'm like, oh, do I really have to leave? Like, I just want to be here. Because nature, just like, once you're in touch with nature, you're like, it starts to make no longer any sense for you to live any other way, because you feel so connected just by being in it. You just feel so connected. And yeah, that seems to be the upcoming phase for me, and that's something I learned about myself, because I came here and I thought, well, Saeed, for the next few years, you're probably just gonna have a really nice, chill life, somewhere in a quiet town, which PAI is, if you're outside of it, which I am. I'm on the outskirts, and just do your thing, you know, do your videos and do your teaching and this. But it's like 4 months being here now, it's like, I know, no, that's not the final destination that I thought this is what I'm going to be doing. I thought I'm going to be doing this for years. No, it seems to me, again, it's a catalyst. Traveling is a catalyst. It seems to me now that like the call towards nature, full immersive experience in nature. Okay, another idea that I have that I'll be trying out next year is there is this place in Ecuador. I found out about it through a YouTuber, and it's called Fruit Haven or something. It's by a guy, Raw Healing Mastery, which I'm trying to get him on the podcast actually. They have a place in Ecuador, nice big nature reserve, small community of raw foodists. They grow their own fruits. It's a full immersive experience in nature, way away from society, and yeah, they live off the grid practically, you know, because they grow their own food. They have their own place. They bought their own land and stuff like that, and they paid for their own little places. They built it up from scratch, and they even sell they sell their fruits to, like, you know, nearby towns or something. And they have a service where you can go hang out there. You can volunteer with them, work with them, or you could just pay for like a room or something. So that's on the list for next year. I'll be doing I mean, not even next year. From now on, I'm gonna be doing lots of traveling, because this is where the heart's saying now. The heart's saying, all right, there's more for you. You're getting stagnant. You know, it's time for you now to experience different things. It's time for you to experience the cold again. It's time for you to experience, you know, movement again, physical movement. The full immersion in nature, the uncomfort of being in nature, you know, because I'm sure, you know, you do those hikes that, you know, those 2 3 4 day hikes, and, you know, you're gonna be sleeping in a tent, which is probably cold, you know, stuff like that. So, but my heart wants to experience that. It's like, all right, let's experience that. It's been very comfortable for me last 4 months. Oh, God bless. Without discomfort, you know, it would have been a little difficult for me to clear up my mind and my body, so much so that I can come up with very, very specific things about the mission. So for any of you guys that even have a little bit of an urge to travel, this is only for those who feel it. Okay? Get on it. You will learn incredible things about who you are, your mission, your role, what are your tendencies, and you will honor them. You will be forced to honor them, and it'll just make you so flexible, so adaptable, and you will realize wherever you go is home, and you will honor it, you will love it. But once you leave a place and it's already served you, and you've already served the place, you won't even miss it. I don't even miss Kopangan, and it's such a it has such a lovely stay there. I'm gonna leave here. It's like Canada. I miss nothing about Canada, because I've got the experience. I served the place served me. And I'm gonna I'll probably be back in PAI, maybe not, next year. I can't say anything now, because again, for me, it's all about book one night, you know, and that's it. So I don't even know. I can't even say anything, really. Yeah, I can't even say anything anymore. Plans, I mean, oh, forget about plans. Oh, man. Oh, forget about it, baby. I learned that the hard way. I'm committing here. I'm like 1 month for me now seems like an overcommitment. You see? So now it's just like even my worldview of trying to plan things is like it's shattering. It's shattering. Like it's falling apart. Will I come back here to PAI next year? Will I not? I have no idea. Just seeing how, I mean, I have no idea. You know, I have no idea. But when I say I don't miss it, I mean like it's because you're so immersed in the new experience. It is unlikely that I will never return to PAI, and it's actually there is a likelihood that I may go back to Koh Phangan after Nepal. That's a likelihood, you know, because at every stage in your life there is a place that's going to draw you there for a specific experience that you want on a soul level to experience. Perhaps after the Himalayas, I would like somewhere warm and a beach and a sun, and maybe it's time to go to the island. You know, but you that it's all about the moment. It's all about the moment. Oh God, traveling teaches you that. It's all about the moment, man. And then, so if it's all about the moment, the other realization that hits you is how quickly everything changes. Therefore, the only thing that makes sense for you when you're traveling is to not overcommit and not make any plans, really. I mean, just follow the heart. When I came to PAI, I had such a strong urge to come here that it was like, I gotta be here. It was just like I don't even know, it's gotta be here. You know, and now the urge is like, you gotta go to Nepal. I don't know why. All of a sudden, too, huh? It just dawned upon me like almost overnight. Ain't that funny? Because the last week I've been just for days watching people hike. I've been like looking at what they do, the through hikes, the 6 months long hikes, and I'm just like, huh, fascinating. I have like, fascinating. I'm just watching, right? And then like almost overnight, you know, I was like, top countries to hike, and I see Nepal second. I'm like, Nepal's right there, huh? And then it's cheap. You know, I'm like, huh, all right, Nepal, the Himalayas. All right, now I'm hanging out shirtless and barefoot in nature. In a week from now, I'm going to be freezing my balls off. Let it be. The soul wants to have that experience now. It's the inner Canadian in me too. I miss the cold exposure. I miss the cold. And this time, I ain't taking no cold showers in the hotel. I'm going to jump in lakes, man. I'm going to jump in lakes in nature. Because for me now, it's the mission part of it is back to nature. So I'm gonna embody that. I love nature. I love nature, and I love nature as she is. Cold, hot, comfortable, uncomfortable. Doesn't matter because she offers you something at every level. You know, oh, it's cold, it's uncomfortable, you're freezing your balls off. But here, jump in a lake. You're gonna feel so invigorated, so invigorated. Oh, it's hot and it's humid and this and that. Well, just lay down in the sun. Just close your eyes, lay down in the sun and watch. Just lay down for like an hour and watch how you feel after. You know, and go, or if you're in an island, you know, just go to the beach. You know, go for a swim in the beach and see how you feel. She offers you everything fantastic at every level, no matter how comfortable or uncomfortable the elements are. And since that's part of the mission, back to nature, then I would like to experience nature in all her beauty, in all her beauty and horrible beauty, you know. There is horrible beauty about the cold and about winters, but I really am looking forward for that first dip in some cold ass lake. That's probably the thing I'm looking forward the most in Nepal. Okay, so this will be exciting. It's sort of an 180-degree turn actually from the way it's been, you see, and I'm excited. I'm already there by the time you're watching this video, and you're just gonna have to deal with the time lapse and the disturbance in it, because I'm always scheduled so ahead. I have no idea what's going on my channel, by the way. Like, I wake up and I'm like, I wonder which videos got uploaded today, and I just look, I'm like, oh yeah, I made that like 10 days ago, you know. So yeah, by the time you're watching this, I'm already in Pokhara, Nepal. In fact, maybe I'll play around and make this video go earlier or something, because I know when I'm there, I want to share something right away. I'll see. I'll see what I'm gonna do. So thank you. It's been 30 minutes of hearing some asshole rant about his life. I don't even know why you're doing that. You know, I don't usually do that. You know, I'm just like, I got, you know, it's like, I don't know why you're doing. I mean, thank you, I suppose. You know, thank you for hearing an asshole like myself just talk. Oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Now I'm going to Nepal. No. So, yeah, thank you. 30 minutes. Thank you so much. And I love you guys. And thank you to the Patreons. And thank you for the people who donate on PayPal. The more support we have, it's part of my mission. It is part of my mission. The more we can do, I mean, I plan on the future. Why am I starting to do this kind of stuff? Because I plan on the future to take some of you guys on these trips, on these things. But I need to gain XP points. I'm a complete idiot when it comes to nature. I don't know how to light a fire. I don't even know how to put a tent together. You know, I mean, I'm clueless, completely clueless. I gotta learn this. It'll take however long it takes, but in the future, I plan on, because it's part of the mission, right? It's part of the mission. So anyway, so thank you. The more support we have, again, the more things we could do as a community. And yeah, that's about it. Until next time, may the force be with you.